Thank you, sir. I stand on behalf of my party to speak on the demands on grants. Sir, there are just few small points I'd like to make to the Honourable Minister. A lot of my earlier members and colleagues have extensively talked about the disappointment we'll all have in reducing the grants, so I won't repeat that point. And the highlight of the ASHA workers, which is a serious concern to all of us. So I think I would definitely second all those issues. But besides that, there are four pointed questions I'd like to ask the Honourable Health Minister. Sir, last week I had an opportunity to raise an issue about tobacco control in this House, and the Honourable Health Minister was exceptionally kind and understanding towards that issue, and he has extended support in addressing this tobacco control issue. So I take this opportunity to request him again that his department should clear his stand on what tobacco control would be. There's been a lot of controversy over pictorial warnings, sir. I do understand that pictorial warnings is not the only solution towards eradication of cancer or getting people off tobacco and smoking, but definitely it is one tool that is helping us make a difference. So I urge the Honourable Minister to make an intervention and look for any other solutions or tools which will help our next generation, sir, because like my earlier colleague Gaurav Gogoi extensively talked, what he said is absolutely true. Sir, across party lines, whether they are sitting on this side or that side, many MPs regularly reach out to many of us who are Mumbai connected MPs, a lot of my colleagues from Shiv Sena also here. So Tata Memorial Hospital is probably the best hospital in the world for cancer research and solutions, and they're excellent doctors. So this is the only authority place which has very good service for it. So I think I would urge, looking at cancer, I come from a family which is a cancer family, and today unfortunately, sir, if you see the statistics of worldwide, the largest oral cancer numbers in the world are in India, and they are connected. Though some of our members are misinformed, the Honourable Minister is very well informed, and he was very kind and generous in the information that he gave us in his reply. And he's very sensitive, because when I asked him for time, he was very generous with the time and the issue. So I take this opportunity to reiterate feelings and emotions of thousands of us who have been through this pain of oral cancer, and really I appreciate that. I know there is no separate fund made, unfortunately, in this budget, but if there is any program, sir, we can do, because Health Ministry consistently has shown improvement in India. It doesn't matter which government it is, sir. And I'd always flag proudly the program of polio. If India could eradicate polio, which is one of our flagship programs, sir, this is the credit of the entire Health Ministry pan-India. It doesn't matter which state you go to. I'm sure towards cancer, issues like anemia, which is another very important and relevant issue in women today, especially in India, because the largest anemic women in the world are in India. Sir, you'll be surprised to know, I'm sure the Honourable Minister is aware, that more than 75% women in India, whichever background they come from, are anemic. Partly is because of food, and partly is because of how we are genetically made. So these are two or three issues which I urge the Honourable Minister to bring in, either through banners, through posters, awareness programs. They've done a lot of work. They have a very nice campaign with Mr. Bachchan for TB, which is being very effective, and the same thing was with polio, because whenever he did Do Boon, everybody knew in this pan-India what Do Boon meant, and that's how we eradicated polio. So the same thing he does for tobacco control and cancer. I think we will really owe it to the ministry for generations to come, sir. Sir, another issue which I would like to highlight, which we have been fairly successful, and since Menka ji is here, I would definitely like to highlight, is the malnutrition situation of the children in this country. So malnutrition is a biggest challenge and shame. It's a commitment we made to the minimum development goals, which unfortunately we are not going to fulfill. But sir, we made an intervention in Maharashtra with the Indian Pediatric Society helping us, and Government of Maharashtra over the last 3 years has very closely worked on it. And I'm very proud to say that the state, which has come down in stunting of children by 15%, just with the intervention of ASHA workers helping, and the entire Jilla Parishad and Health Ministry working together. And it's not only recognized by India, but globally today the Maharashtra model has been much appreciated, which we have worked over the last 3 years. And malnutrition is something we are all ashamed of. I urge the Honourable Minister that through our, since Menka ji is also here, the Women and Child Mantralaya and the Health Ministry could work closely, because we have a few solutions in Maharashtra's government hospitals. The Sion Hospital has also got a very nice nutrition solution. So if he could look into that, we could, it comes at very low cost. So that micronutrient solution, if can be used countrywide, like we did the polio program, it will be a great service to our nation. And the other major point why we are requesting to address malnutrition, sir, is the neurodevelopment disorders in India. Sir, it's one topic which is not discussed. Normally Bollywood or Hollywood comes up with a movie, and that's when we all realize what dyslexia is, dyscalculus is. So it's unfortunate that we have not been able to reach out to many homes, especially women, mothers. Because sir, it's a habit in our country that if a child doesn't talk by the age of 1 or 1.5, we say no, he's a shy child, but we don't look at it as a disorder, sir. So we have come up with a tool which has been scientifically done with a lot of research, that there are a lot of children at the age of 1. If a mother is told about 5 pointers, that does your child react to sound, does your child stand on his own, if you call out, does he react to reaction to situations. So if you make these 5 pointers into a booklet, which we have tried making in our state, if we can do that, I'm sure a lot of mothers who don't have access, because sir, today you'll be surprised to know out of say 100 children, if you look at it, every 68th child has autism in India, which we are not even aware of. And instead, only when the child goes to school at 5 or 6, you realize the child is autistic. But with these kind of tools, if at age 1 or 2 you know the child is autistic, sir, the chance of the child recovering or having any hearing disorder can be corrected. So I would urge the Honorable Minister that all these learning disorders today are quite rampant and on the rise because of malnutrition. So if you would connect these two and look for simple solutions for mothers who are going to be, we're going to bring out all these children. I do agree that technology cannot be used in rural India, but some methodologies which are worked in parts of India, if they are all shared by the Honorable Ministry to all the states in local languages, it will be a good service to our nation. Thank you.